So I'd like to talk about the MTD-1010 as someone with a small wrist. Some might say as thin as a pear, a Bartlett pear. Now I've owned this watch for a while and I am very excited about it, especially because I am on the search for a perfect Casio diver. And so I want to share 3 pros and 2 cons and just some general comments on this watch. And I hope that you're as excited as I am, because if you're looking for an alternative to the Casio Duro and you have a small wrist, congratulations, this is it. Now just for reference, I have a 6¼ inch or 16 centimeter wrist circumference. And from here to here, my wrist table, I got 2 inches going across. But first, let's talk about the boring stuff, the dimensions. So from 12 to 6 up to down, I got 40 millimeters, absolutely perfect for a diver. From the 9 to the 3, including the crown, I got 44 millimeters. From lug to lug, I got 48. The glass here, I got 30, and the lug width here, I got it at 20. Okay, but why did I buy this watch? The perfect Casio diver, question mark? Now the Casio Duro is a classic when it comes to collecting Casios. It's so affordable and the look is really nice. It has a lot of different colors and you really can't go wrong with that. Unless you have a smallish wrist like me. It is absolutely way too big, and I've been on the hunt for that perfect Casio dive watch. I've even tried the MTD-1010, but it's 36 millimeters and it's way too small. But then I was searching around and I found this guy, the MTD-1010, and it looked about perfect. At 40 millimeters, I thought, okay, this could be it, folks. This could be it. This is the perfect size for a dive watch. And for just under $90, I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. So pro number 1, the size. Now, if you are looking for that perfect Casio diver, something around the 40-ish range, I mean, this is pretty much it. Because at 40 millimeters, this is the watch that most Casio fans have been wanting. I don't know why they don't re-release this. They could market it up and make it nice and shiny. They don't have to call it a re-release if they don't want to. But this watch, if they had the dimensions, it is absolutely perfect. I have seen too many people online showing off their Duros and it's like way too big. Like it's way too big, trust me. It's too big. This watch solves that issue. Again, it passed my is it too big test. I never had to ask, is this too big for me? Because I look down at my wrist and I know, oh, it looks great. Now sure, you give up 100 meters of water resistance versus the Duro, but since most of us aren't gonna dive with this anyway, it's fine. And I would say if you're looking for a Casio diver that's not the Duro, take a look at this watch. Size-wise, it is perfect. Pro number 2 is the design. Now to go along with the size, obviously the design of this watch is great. It does look like the Submariner from Rolex, but I do want to just call out some of the features that I personally like when it comes to this watch itself. I love the circle indices. I don't know what it is about that. I like that design personally when it comes to dive watches, and I'm glad that this one does have that. I also like the design of the watch hands, as well as a little lollipop second hand. The bezel does rotate and it's very smooth. Click, 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 click. I will say, however, that mine does not align, but not a big deal to me. I don't really care. It doesn't have the Cyclops magnifier on the date, which is fine by me. I don't really think that's necessary. This one also comes in blue, by the way. So if you're looking for a bluish one, that might be a nice option to look at as well. But I got the black one because I figure it goes with everything. And pro number 3, it's the lug holes. Now, until this watch, I had no idea that watches even had that. Let me take it off and show you. There's lug holes on the sides of the watch, right here and on this side. It makes changing out the bracelet so much easier. Because the bracelet that actually came with this watch was terrible. I got it off of eBay used. It was terrible. So I had to find another bracelet, and I contemplated putting a rubber strap on this one, but decided that I wanted the nice shiny look of a metal bracelet. So fortunately, I had another Casio bracelet that fit at 20 millimeters, and I think it looks great. But in terms of the lug holes, they came in huge because I'm one of those guys that maybe you're a pro at it, but I'm just saying, I'm one of those guys that when it comes to changing out these metal bracelets, I'm the one struggling over here, and hopefully not scratching too much, but I'm the guy struggling over here. And with these little lug holes, you just push down on there, boom, the pin pops out. So easy to change the bracelets. I wish that all Casios had this built in because it is absolutely amazing. But let's talk about the cons. Con number 1 is durability. Now, I'm speaking as someone who bought a used watch, so take it for what it's worth, what I say. But when I bought the watch, I knew that there were some scratches and I knew that there was some damage to the watch. I didn't know how bad the damage was, particularly on the edges. You just don't expect to see damage here off to the edges right here and right here. As I pass my finger by it, it's rough. It's like I can feel like the rust or the metal. I don't know what that is. Fortunately, it's not on the front, so I don't see it, but I do have that as a concern for this watch. I don't know how it got damaged like that, but it's fine. I do have another Casio that's chrome brass. I don't think that's what this is. I think it's just, you know, a regular like steel metal watch. But it does make me concerned that there's possible rust and that eventually this watch will not be looking as good. Again, it doesn't impact me on the wrist as I lift my wrist up or down. It doesn't like scratch on my wrist, but I do know when I feel it like this, yeah, I can feel it's pretty rough. And so just be aware. Durability on this watch, because it's older and you probably will find only used or heavily used versions of this watch online, just be aware that durability might be an issue. And con number 2, availability. This watch is pretty tough to get online in good condition. I saw some ones that were pretty busted up, but I just couldn't pay that much for it just didn't look good. I wouldn't want to wear it. But for less than $100, I think I got a pretty good deal on this. I know that it was around $50 brand new when it came out. I don't know why Casio just doesn't bring this back. If they sell it for $50, they could sell it for $75 and people would buy this up. They would sell out on this watch so fast just because of the size. So just some closing comments on this watch. I really like this watch. From the moment that I took it out of the package when I received it, I knew like this is it. This was the perfect Casio dive watch. The size at 40 is, I mean, you compare this to a Duro at what, 42 or 44, it's not even close. Like in terms of wearability, in terms of just feeling confident and comfortable wearing a watch, you know, that size, this versus that, no, I'm not gonna wear a big watch, and I don't wanna have to ask people, is it too big? I'll never have to ask anybody if this watch is too big for me. It is absolutely great, and if you can find this watch, highly recommend it. They come in used conditions here and there, but my goodness, this watch to me, it's an absolute winner. I'm really glad that I was able to find it for the price that I was able to get it for. Highly recommend this watch. Above the Duro, if you can find it, this is, to me, the perfect Casio diver. So, thanks for watching.